Hey everyone, welcome to a new video. You know the Shield Bash video we did like last week, I think, where we looked at all the new interactions with that. We're actually going to do something similar today where we're going to be looking at the Lissandra rework and the Ornn rework and maybe the Dark Harvest one and Rageblade one on the PB right now. We're going to start with Lissandra. Her new passive is going to be this ice zombie thing. You've probably seen it already, but it's actually really cool and it scales amazingly well at the same time. So when an enemy champion dies near Lissandra, and the big thing is it's just dying nearby her, the Frozen Thrall seeks out living enemies. So it kind of like is a frozen zombie, basically slows their move speed when nearby, and after 4 seconds that explodes, dealing a bunch of damage. So I'm going to show you what it looks like actually in game. Remember, we're only level 4 and it scales a lot with your level based on the game. It does have an AP ratio as well, so the more items you have, the more it's going to do, but a big part of it is actually just like what level you are. So the more you get through the game, the more it's actually going to do. So this is the Frozen Thrall thing. It's going to follow the Orianna. It doesn't actually attack or anything until the very end, but that big area circle around that actually slows. So I'm going to get Orianna to move in the next time and I'll show you the slow. It's actually pretty powerful, and then it explodes and does damage to everybody around. Okay, so take two. Let's do it again and we'll show you this time how it actually, look, Orianna's actually pretty slowed here. Actually is kind of like crazy, and it does do damage as well to the crab. So if there was like an enemy team, for example, and you killed one person, then it follows the rest of them around. It slows everybody else, like all of the champions around, explodes, deals damage to all of them. It's actually kind of ridiculous. Like it's an AoE damage thing on your ultimate, and the AP ratio is pretty good. I only have an amplifying tome right now, so I don't have that much AP, which is why it doesn't seem like a ton at the moment. It does deal 200 damage on its own though, and that scales up to 520, I believe, at level 18. So actually, I can show you the plating system as well. So you see how these are bars. I'm actually going to break one of the plates off in a second, and you'll see it fall off. So there we go. There's one of them. I got the extra 100 gold as well, as you saw on that. But it also has this bulwark buff now in the top left. So it's got extra bonus armor and magic resist. And it's up to 100 now. So it's actually going to be really difficult to take any more of them. But you can also see on the mini-map here, you see how it says 3? Because it's got 3 plates left, whereas like my one still has 5. So it actually tells you on the minimap, like bot lane has 3 as well, but it has 5 here, 4 here. So it actually tells you on the minimap. Because 14 minutes is hit as well, just to show you, like all the plating has fallen off now. So the magic resist is down to 0 on these things. I did not mean to do that. The magic resist and armor is down to 0 on all these things. This one is down to 0 as well. It was 100 before, so it's going to be a lot easier to take this tower. But there was no more gold to be taken from it. You can see all the minimap icons have gone back to normal because there's no more plates left. Okay, so I'm level 11. I have like a really solid mid-game build, I guess. I just want to show you how much it can actually do. It will do a lot more later into the game. So the max it can do is it's 520 at level 18, and it's 30% of your AP. So if I had 500 AP, for example, that'd be another 150 damage, right? Which would be like 770 damage roughly from this passive. And remember, it can hit like everybody, and it doesn't have a cooldown. So if you kill like one person and then that like chains onto another person, it kills them, then like that person dies and you get another zombie, and it can be like one of those reset mechanics. It's actually really interesting. So anyway, let's just kill this Orianna. And I'll show you what I mean with this. So there you go. It's going to chase the Kai'Sa now, and it'll blow up and do a bit more damage. A lot more damage, actually. And then if I kill Kai'Sa, then I get another one. Is that going to go Unleash on Dragon? Apparently it's going to go Unleash on Dragon. So that's what I kind of mean. It's like that chain effect that's really, really powerful. And it's so good because like Lissandra was one of those champions who would go in, blow a load, blow everything, and like be left with nothing afterwards, right? Like she'd run out of steam. So with this, like you have this kind of like backup thing of like a lot of damage during a team fight. As long as you get that initial kill, it can kind of chain react into like a bunch more, which is why it's so good in my opinion. Let me know what you think of this one down below. Let's go into the Ornn rework, which is actually really cool as well. And I've been seeing here in a custom game. I think it's actually going to end because we accidentally took the mid in. So that's kind of depressing. But the point is, with his new passive, he's actually able to upgrade items for free now. So you see I have an Iceborne Gauntlet, right? Well, actually, it's now called a Frozen Fist, because when you get to level 11, any upgrades you've got personally for Ornn, those are going to be upgraded for free. So it actually started off as an Iceborne Gauntlet. You see 65 armor, 500 mana, and then you would be able to turn that into a Frozen Fist, right? 95 armor and 700 mana. That's actually what I've got right now. I didn't go back to the base or anything. I literally just like leveled up and it changed into a Frozen Fist. And if I bought a Sunfire Cape, for example, like that's another one of these things that can upgrade, right? Any of the Masterwork items here, like at the bottom, they would upgrade for free as well. Like Abyssal Mask, I could get them. So there's no limit on that. Like it'll completely upgrade for free for Ornn. And the other cool thing as well is I'm really hoping I'm going to be able to show you this before the game ends. I'm going to try and farm really quickly. When you get level 12, level 13, level 14, level 15. So the 4 levels after level 11, once like you can start to upgrade these properly, you're able to upgrade items for your allies for free. So if they get a masterwork item, so if they have an infinity edge, a death cap, actually a ghost blade is one of the new ones added, as well as this iceborne. If they have any of them, I'm able to go up next to them, right click them, and it will get it for free. So they won't have to pay anything. They don't have to, like, you don't buy the Ornn upgrades anymore. You get them for free from Ornn. So I just have to go up there and he gets a bunch of extra AP for free. It's ridiculous. It's really good. So I'm just going to try and get level 12 and I'll be able to show you. I'll go next to the Vigar who has a death cap already, which is one of the items that can be upgraded, and then he'll basically get that for free, which will be perfect. Since I'm actually level 11 and I have the gold, I'm going to show you that it does just upgrade on its own. So I can go for the Abyssal Mask, right? Let's just buy that very quickly. I'm going to buy it out here as well. And you'll see that it actually upgrades instantly as soon as I buy it. There you go. So it turned it into the Infernal Mask straight away. That is really, really cool part. Like, it's actually a really sick build as well. With the Iceborne thrown in, you can go Iceborne, you can go Abyssal, you can go Sunfire Cape as well. And you've got 3 upgraded items with better stats and you didn't pay a penny for them. This was always one of the things with Ornn, right? Like, you're actually going to have to, in a way, pay for that, and it's like one of the drawbacks of it. But now with the passive, you don't pay a penny, and it is actually so good. You're going to get all these free stats just for having Ornn on your team, basically. Okay, so I'm level 12 now, right? I should have this free one. You can see you can have this arrow here, which is going to tell me basically that I can go up to this Vigar, I can right click him, I can bash away at this. So obviously if I do it in base or something like that, and then if I look at him, now he's got the upgraded Rabadon's Death Crown, which is even more AP. It's actually kind of ridiculous. Like, just having an Ornn on your team gives you a better death cap, a better infinity edge, a better whatever black lever, whichever one you want to upgrade, you can get, like, give them to your teammates and they get it for free. So you're basically buffing, like, it's the whole idea of Ornn, right? With the whole shop thing that makes him like a great team, like, thing to have on your team because of that. But it just makes it even better because now they don't even have to pay for it and you get to upgrade them for free. And you have all of the ones yourself as well. So I'm just going to show you this as well. So this Z is level 9, right? So I don't have the arrow next to him or anything like that. But as soon as I hit level 13 here, now my arrow should appear. And I'll be able to right click on him here. I don't know what that was. That was really weird. But now his Yumu's Ghost Blade is upgraded into a Yumu's Wraith Blade, which is the upgraded version and the new thing here. So it is kind of crazy. Like, and he is level 9. Normally, like, this whole thing starts at level 11, right? Where I can upgrade my items now. But you don't, the target you're like going to upgrade for doesn't actually have to be past that level 11 threshold. He's level 9. He has his first item and I can upgrade that for free as soon as I get through. So obviously if I had more friends, if I had 2 more people here, and I had 2 more levels, I'll be able to upgrade those as well. But yeah, it just shows you like how good this actually is. I think it's a really good change for Ornn. It makes him so much better, honestly. So his late game is kind of insane. It was already really, really good. But now you have 3 upgraded items personally for yourself every single game, which you don't pay for. And then you can upgrade your teammates' items as well. They don't have to pay for it. It sounds like such a good deal. So those are the passive reworks, the Lissandra and the Ornn ones. That's how they work and showing you kind of in game and stuff. It's not actually just that. Like, their entire kits are kind of getting re-juggled about a little bit. So for Lissandra, for example, she's gonna have a smoother auto attacks apparently, which, like, the animation, the actual timing and stuff is a bit different. It's actually faster, so it should be easier to farm, if that makes sense. Mana per level has been doubled actually as well. And attack speed has been increased. So all of those things should help a little bit with the farming. And remember as well, the mana regen is probably because a passive used to give free spells, right? Obviously a passive is different. We've already looked at that one. That's the main focus, the frozen zombie thing. And her Q, her mana cost has actually been changed. So it used to be 75 at all ranks. It's now going to be 60, and then it's going to go up to 72 at rank 5, which is like level 9. Her W, Ring of Frost, the damage has been lowered just a little bit. It's like 40 off it rank 5, but it actually stays the same rank 1, which is good because you don't max it first. So in the lane phase, it'll be basically the same. The AP ratio has been lowered by 10% though, and the mana cost has been lowered by 10. Her E, the Glacial Path, that's going to be a bit different. So it's going to start faster and end a bit slower basically, so that if you want to use it like over a very short space of time, it's just going to be a little bit better, like more useful, if that makes sense. And finally, her Frozen Tomb, her ultimate, the AP ratio has been lowered by 10% as well, so it's down to 60%. If we look at Ornn, then there are a few things as well as the passive as well. So his HP per level has actually been increased by 5, which is pretty nice. Arm per level has been increased by 1 as well. I've obviously got the new passive, which is great. With his Q, the mana cost has been reduced from 55 at all ranks to 45 at all ranks, so so that's just a little bit better. But his W is really the big thing, like the Bellows Breath. So it no longer grants you a shield on you, so you can't use it with Shield Bash anymore, which is pretty feels bad. I thought that'd actually be kind of cool, but actually now it grants Unstoppable for the duration, so you can't be stopped. You can't be crowd controlled or anything while you're using it. As well as that as well, the duration is slightly down, like 0.25 seconds lower, which isn't too bad, but the brittle damage has actually been increased. It was 7% plus 0.3 per level. It's now going to be 10% plus 0.5 per level. So both those parts are going to be a bit better, and the cooldown has been changed from 17 to 9 to 14 at all ranks. Your charge, your E mana cost has been changed from 50 at all ranks to 35, scaling up to 55 at rank 5 finally, and the knock-up duration has been increased from 1 second to 1.25 seconds. His ultimate is getting like a few nerfs, I think actually. These are pretty bad. So like his ultimate, the first part of it, the slow is now going to scale with the amount of time that it's been up, a minimum of 10%, but it like scales with how long it's been. And also the knock-up duration past the first person is decreased by 50%. So the first person it hits is great, it's like normal, but then after that it's going to be a weaker knock-up. It's not going to be as long. So hopefully you found all of this interesting. These reworks are actually pretty big, and I think we're going to see them a lot more. Like Lissandra's team fighting is going to be insane with the chain reaction you could have from your passive, and Ornn's rework, like to how the items work, is just so good. Like it's such a good champion to have on your team now. Anyway, thank you for watching. Make sure you let me know what you think down below in the comment section, but for now I will leave you with robots.